What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Bryce Hardy from 107 back at it with another video. Today I'm going to talk about the importance of self-control. I want to start out by saying this. If we are not in control, then who is? This is something that you got to ask yourself. Because self-control is everything. If I'm not in control of the things I say and I do, and the things I do, then who is? Because everything in life is controlled by something, you know. So, controlling your thoughts equals a controlled outcome. So, think about it like this. If you're in a room, right, and you feel the tension in the room, and it's not really directed towards you, but it might be towards a variety of people in the room. Everybody feel that similar kind of tension. If you can't control your thoughts, eventually the tension in the room is going to get to a point where something's going to pour over. And you got to be able to sit back and watch the show. By you being able to be calm, cool, and collective, that is you controlling your thoughts and your actions. You're allowing things to unravel right before your eyes. And little do you know, now you have control not just over your thoughts and your emotions, but you also have control over the people that don't have control over the outlandish events that's occurring. So you could say something or do something that's going to change the whole trajectory of the conversation in a room because you waited. You was in control when they weren't. You held your tongue when they weren't able to. And that's an important thing. You know, you can change a situation for the better. And one thing I want to hit on is that we have to see life through our eyeballs and not with our eyeballs. And that's one phrase I want you to think about. Deeply think about that. Because if we're always looking through life with our eyeballs, that allows us to be prejudiced and then make assumptions. And then we make an ass out of ourselves because we're always assuming something, right? So, but if I'm seeing with my eyeballs, that means that I'm in control. You see, I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm in control of my actions, everything. I'm in control if I'm seeing things with and not through. Now, most people walking around, they see life through their eyeballs. And that's why people say things that make no sense at all, that have no truth behind it, because they're just calling things how they see. Now, in the Bible, Proverbs 3:5, verse 6, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." That's powerful. You know why that's powerful? Because God is within us. And if God is within us, then God is able to give us discernment and give us wisdom. And that's pretty much saying that God is in control. And this will go back to what I initially was saying when this video first started. If we are not in control, then who is? You see? People that lead into their own understanding are always looking at life through their eyeballs and not with. But see, when we get tapped into our higher selves, when we get tapped into the God in us, we start to view life differently. You see? Our perception on everything changes. The things that we hear things differently now. Because we're tapped in. We're tapped into our higher self. We're tapped into our divine self before we were sinners. You see? And that is initially how you will be able to become in control of your actions, of your thoughts, and of everything that you do. Because everything in life that was created requires thought. Everything. The chair that you sitting in, the iPhone you got in your hand. Somebody had to think about those things. They didn't just say, well, here it is. Because that's a disaster. If Steve Jobs never gave the iPhone no kind of thought and just said, well, I'm just going to take the Nokia phone and just put an iPhone and put an Apple on it. It wouldn't, that's not innovating. That didn't require no thought, but for him to become and live up to his true purpose, he had to give the Apple products, he had to give everything a thought. And I believe, I'm a firm believer that creation comes from God flowing within us. So you gotta be in control at all times. And this is one book, if you lack self-control, that will teach you how to obtain self-control. This is a very powerful book, The Master Key System. Very powerful book. This is a book that you want to refer to your kids and your grandchildren, because this is how you gain control. And we all of us. It's not about controlling other people. It's not about controlling, manipulate. It's none of that. It's about being in control of ourselves. Because all we got at the end of the day is ourselves. So we need to be in control of ourselves. Now, we all human, right? These are not just notes that I'm handing out, but these are notes that I'm handing out to myself as well. These are notes to myself because we all human. We all gonna get sidetracked. We all gonna have a lot of times in life where we're seeing things through our eyes and not with our eyes. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. Nobody perfect. There's going to be days where we're going to slip up. You know what I mean? And then we got to own up to our mistakes and keep it pushing. You know something? You're right. I got to take a step back and I got to view it from a different standpoint. You know what I mean? And you just got to own up to that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to elaborate in the next coming videos on some of the things, some situations where I crashed out. You know what I mean? I crashed out. I wasn't in control at all. It was a terrible feeling. I wasn't in control of the things I said. I wasn't in control of my thoughts. I wasn't in control of nothing. There's plenty of situations where I done crashed out. And then God brought me into a season of isolation. And I ain't had nobody but God to listen to. You know what I mean? So, I just listened to the Lord, and he guided me and he showed me that, being in control of myself and my thoughts is everything. And that's life or death. When you can control this is life or death. 3 seconds can get you 25 to life. You see? So, subscribe. This is Bryce Hardy. I'm going to next video. I'm going to share some of my crash out stories. And I'm pretty sure some people might relate to some of them. Some of them you might find off the wall, but you know, this is this is a journey, man. Y'all part of the family, so you know, I'm gonna share some of that with y'all, and elaborate on why. Furthermore, I'm gonna elaborate on why self-control is important. This is Bryce Hardy. I'm signing out.